Hey everyone, this is the Let's Pop Art podcast where we explore the ever-changing world of art, digital art, design, content creation, and more. Just a little tidbit before we get started, the podcast has been created for entertainment and educational purposes only, and nothing in the content should be taken as investment advice. For more information, see the full disclaimer at www.letspopart.com. Again, that is www.letspopart.com. So let's get into it and have some fun. Okay, so let's get into it. In our last episode, where we dove into art movements, it really sparked some thought, and that was the whole idea of why we did it. We are talking about our last podcast episode, titled Finding Inspiration in the Art Movements of the Past. In that episode, we dove into art movements starting from the late 18th century to the present. If you have not listened to it, check it out. But as we went from movement to movement, it was like artists were always trying to break out of the art box. It is quite fascinating if you think about it. But look at where we are now. Artificial intelligence is entering the arena, and now it seems we kind of have technology breaking out of the art box, but with a human in the loop, and we are in our very early days of this. So it's pretty logical to say it's probably going to get more intense. For folks who have trouble seeing art go through its evolution, this could be problematic. And it might not be too far off where someone's 5-year-old could create an artistic masterpiece before they enter kindergarten. When it comes to the advancements in generative AI, this is not that far of a stretch. As human beings are advancing technologically, so is art. And again, back to our previous episode about art movements, the second movement we spoke about was realism. The time period for the realism art movement was the mid-19th century, and the technology of photography began to play a role in art during this time period. But if we fast forward to the present day, photography is still playing a huge role in the world of art, with absolutely no end in sight. If we again look at generative AI and photography together, we have people taking photographs and using generative AI to create images and art. So now we have technologies coming from vastly different centuries being used in tandem together. If you slowly step back and think about this, the technology that is unfolding right in front of us in the present day will likely be used for many centuries to come, and maybe in tandem with some form of technology we have yet to see. We have said it before on this podcast, and we will most certainly say it again. This is a fascinating time in history for art, design, and technology. So now that we brought up the subject of design, we have always wanted this podcast to be about art, of course, but also design and content creation. Basically, the creator economy in general. And the advancements in generative AI and software in general will definitely affect the creator economy. We hope in a positive way. There is definitely competition within big companies creating software for photo editing and video editing, so the likelihood of seeing advancements in this area is highly likely. The design world today is vast, charismatic, and multifaceted, and is a testament to the ingenuity of human beings. It is easy to lose sight of everything that is going on around us on a design level because our lives can be busy and a grind, but design is everywhere, from the cities, businesses, and houses we live in to the apps we look at on our phone. If you happen to just sit back in your home and look at everything around you, it was all designed by someone or a company. Your computer tower, keyboard, mouse, laptop, your mobile device, your bed, comforter, pillows, light fixtures, microwave, plates, towels, counters, doors, fans, and refrigerator. If you go out and get in your car and begin to drive, it is the same thing. The other cars around you, buildings, street signs, street lights, roads, bridges, and more. Design is definitely everywhere, and again, it is a testament to the ingenuity of human beings. But is design art, or is art design? Well, sometimes on social media, you will hear designers discussing this. You will probably hear an array of answers, and we have definitely seen some folks distinctly say art is not design, and design is not art. But the funny thing is, we did some research, and we are by all means not trying to be the expert on this subject, but there is some information that says that this question could have been pondered all the way back to the days of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, and pondered through time to the present day. Leonardo da Vinci was interested in subjects that went way beyond art, including science and engineering, and he was considered a polymath. It was the same for Michelangelo, who was also interested in subjects that went beyond art, including science and engineering, and he was also considered a polymath. Sometimes when discussing a subject, it is important to look at history, and in this case, we are glad we did. We could have gone into discussing this without looking at history, and it would have had a completely different feel to it. But there is another aspect to this subject, and it goes way back to the days of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Artists seem to be always wanting to break out of the art box, whether it be to design or to create a new style or movement. This is how art and design has evolved. It is fascinating. We kind of come from a place where we do not want to have hang-ups, whether it be art or design or art, or digital art or physical art, or if it was created with AI or a crayon. If it is beautiful or something that works well, it really doesn't matter if it is design or art. But we think that history has shown us that the conversation in relation to whether art is design or design is art will probably continue on for centuries. We hope you like this episode titled Breaking Out of the Art Box. Until next time, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the Let's Pop Art podcast, and if you'd like to continue the conversation, you can read our blog at www.letspopart.com or visit us on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Until next time, thanks for listening.